Yes, you're welcome to another fantastic edition of Plus Sport. My name is Mudashiru Shitu, and today we're looking at one of the most trending sports stories across the globe. Yes, it was a match between Manchester United and Tottenham yesterday. Tottenham had the day. Manchester United won the game 2-0. But what's more trending beyond that match is Cristiano Ronaldo. Joining me to analyze Cristiano Ronaldo leaving the pitch before the final whistle by the referee is what major sport personality has condemned. Richard, former Manchester City defender, said this is utter rubbish. While Alan Shearer, former Newcastle players, said that Ronaldo did not do well. Joining me to analyze this is Semilore, who will give us his own in-depth analysis on this matter. Semilore, good evening. It's good to have you on the show.
Good evening, Mudashiru. It's good to be here.
Were you surprised with the attitude of Ronaldo? Because some said it's only a person like Cristiano Ronaldo that can do that. But more than that, his attitude is beyond a professional player, according to some star players and ex-international. What do you have to say in regards to that?
Yes. I was surprised. I would not even deny it. I was watching the game last night, and it was as at the beginning of the second half, he was asked to go and to train, to warm up, to prepare to be substituted in, and then the substitutions came on, and then he didn't come in, and it was rather surprising. And the 89th minute, he walked down the tunnel. And there were rumors flying around last night. Some said he had to use the toilet. Some said he got a call, an emergency, so he had to go, because he didn't go directly to the dressing room. He went out of the stadium. He went home directly. So there were a lot of rumors flying around, and we didn't particularly know what was wrong up until a few hours ago that a club statement was released that he refused to be substituted in, due to the timing that he was going to be substituted, as he had been asked to warm up all evening, and as at the 81st minute, he was asked to be substituted in, but then he refused, and that's and that has brought it's very surprising, and to an extent, I don't say I will blame him, because he has asked to leave. He asked to leave in the summer, although he and Erik ten Hag had already decided that they were going to work out their differences, but then he still asked to leave. But then the club kept him. The club refused to sell him, and now his outbursts have become, something more frequent than usual.
So now, the finals, has it been confirmed? Because we know that he also said, we don't know whether he's jokingly or serious about the interview that he granted, saying that his wife called him. That is why he has to leave on time. I don't know how true that is, but we know that he has not been happy being substituted in games recently. Is the coach treating Ronaldo well as a star, as we all know him to be?
Well, we cannot deny Ronaldo's ability. We cannot deny what Ronaldo brings on the pitch. We cannot deny what Ronaldo is all about. But then again, Erik ten Hag has a style of play. He has a system of play, and Ronaldo doesn't quite fit in to that system. Now, the easy thing to do is to have let him go during the summer, as he also missed the preseason. And, let's not forget that. So, if he doesn't fit into your style of play, you should let him go. And although the team or the coach has said, okay, fine, I will let you go, the club hierarchy as a whole has decided to keep him against his will. So, his hard work over the past couple of weeks have shown that he's unhappy. He's unhappy being left on the bench. A player of his caliber, a player of his ability, a player of his pedigree should not be left on the bench. But then, if you are not giving your all to the team as much as you can give, you'll be left on the bench. So I think Erik ten Hag, to an extent, being the disciplinarian that we all know, is very astute, and I feel he's right, because I feel like I do believe that if Ronaldo is giving his all in training, he will start. If Ronaldo is giving his 100%, if Ronaldo is playing to what the coach wants in training, he will start. But the coach will favor players like Martial, players like Sancho, even when they are not fit or when they are injured, rather than to start a fit Ronaldo. So that says something. That says he's unhappy. That says he wants to leave, plain and simple.
Yeah, Eric, the coach, is it not surprising to you? You mentioned that, and I want to ask you further that his style of play does not fit that of Ronaldo. Ronaldo's style of play does not fit his policy or style of play. But I've seen Ronaldo being in other clubs, doing so well with different clubs and different manager. I'm yet to see anyone mention in the past. You might know that Ronaldo's play doesn't fit his style. Did you also want to believe that? Because it seems to be that might not seems to be true, but why do you think his style of play does not fit that of Ronaldo?
Okay, so Ronaldo is aging. By February next year, he'll be 38. So he cannot give all those constant and persistent runs that Eric Ten Hag needs. Eric Ten Hag plays a high-intensity football. He wants all the players to run and keep running, counter-pressing. If they lose the ball, you want to get the ball back. Everybody is running. Everybody is running for each other. If you lose the ball, the attackers are coming back to support the defense. If they are going forward, the defenders are pushing in mass. But Ronaldo, due to his age, cannot run as much. He cannot press as much. All he just has to do is stay in a position, because we all know his positional play is absolutely perfect. It's 100%. So all he just needs to do is stay in the position where the ball will come to him and he will score. But Eric Ten Hag doesn't want that. Eric Ten Hag wants him to be part of the overall team play, to come back and defend, to push forward and attack. And I think that is where their problem is. That is where the problem generally is.
And do you think that has been favoring Eric Ten Hag or Manchester United, since they don't want the other players to play for him? He should have to be part of the setup from the midfield up forward, and anybody could score. Do you think that would be a very good decision in the long run, knowing that Ronaldo succeeded in Real Madrid, succeeded in Manchester United, succeeded in Juve when others play for him, and Eric Ten Hag is saying that is not his style? In the long run, do you think that will work for Manchester United, or his inability to use Ronaldo might just not be the best for the club right now?
In all fairness, I think it's working for him already. Okay. If you look at their run, Manchester United's run, the first two games they lost, but subsequently after like the third game with I think against Liverpool, they won 5 games on the bounce. You know, they were 5 straight wins, and Ronaldo was on the bench for most of those wins. So to an extent, it's working. I do feel that if they can find a suitable replacement, it will bode well for both him and the club. But currently, it is working. And then fans that are rallying behind him are slowly starting to lose patience with him, because they feel like, unlike last season when he doesn't play, you know, he had a record last season that Manchester United did not win any game he did not start. Even games that he came on as a substitute, as long as he did not start, Manchester United never won that game last season. So, but then this season, games is not even starting, games is coming in as a substitute. They are winning those games. You know, they are showing results. They are showing that they can play as one. They are showing that they are not playing for one person, which is Ronaldo. So it is working for them. It is working for the team, and then the fans are starting to see it, and then they are starting to lose patience with him. So I don't think he will come back to bite Eric Ten Hag as long as he's grinding out the results without Ronaldo.
Okay, now let's back to his attitude on that day. Do you think it's a punishable offence if it was to be in that club, or has the club mentioned any final statement in regards to that, apart from just letting the rest of the world know that it was because he didn't like being substituted and he didn't like the way he was substituted in that game? Is it a punishable offence, or is just Ronaldo, we just have to let it go? Or if another player has done that, it would have been more a bigger offence than what we are talking about right now?
I think if it was a different club or a different coach, the favoritism would have allowed him to just, lay it by. But due to Eric Ten Hag and being disciplined, the club released a statement about an hour ago that he refused to be substituted in due to the timing, and he was unhappy that he was on the bench for long. And as such, he had been dropped for the game against Chelsea on Saturday. So he will not be part of the matchday squad. And then he was also asked to train alone today. The boys came back, the Manchester United players came back to train this morning, and then he was asked to train with the under-23 team. while the seniors, trained together. That's the main thing, trained together, while he trained alone. And also, they asked him to, he has been dropped from the squad that will play or that will face Chelsea on Saturday.
I'm sure this is the first time Ronaldo will be treated such a way because we all know he's sometimes bigger, or if not, I'm not saying he's bigger than the clubs he has played for, but he's always as big as the club. And how will we will solve this issue between Eric Ten Hag and Ronaldo? It seems that is an issue that is affecting the club mentality because a good percentage of the players in the club respect him. They see him as lucky to play alongside with him. His Portuguese players also in the team and other youngsters. Don't you think it will affect the dressing room mentality?
Well, it can, because like you said, a lot of these players look up to him. A lot of these players, even from his Portuguese nationality, Diego Dalot, Bruno Fernandes, they all look up to him. So yes, to an extent, it would affect the team morale, it will affect the team mentality, it will affect how the team plays. But then again, the best option for both of them, for both Ronaldo and the club as a whole, not just even Eric Ten Hag, is to let him leave in January. There are a host of clubs that will be willing to accept him. Although right now his outbursts, his tantrums will not make it easy for him to find a suitable club. But I do believe that if he decides to leave in January, or if the club decides to let him go in January, he would get a suitable club.
And when we're talking about suitable clubs, anybody ready to break the bank in terms of salary, or is definitely going to leave as a free agent? Or I'm just wondering that don't you think this is high time for Ronaldo to leave, retire from football, while the ovation is still loudest?
Well, it's easy to ask him. It's easy to say that we want him to retire because he's 38. But then if you look at Ronaldo and how much he has taken care of himself, his physique, his fitness, his body, all through, is someone that that can play till he's 40, till he's 41. He wants to. If he makes it known that football is not just a passion. Football is his life. Football is something that he doesn't take lightly. So he wants to play, he wants to be there, and he wants to play till he knows that he cannot play anymore. So I feel like teams like Bayern Munich, for instance, can go for him. They are lacking a severe centre forward presence ever since they lost Lewandowski. They don't score as much goals. They struggle to dominate teams, and all of that. So they don't score as much goals as they did when Lewandowski was there. And the skill, they just they barely scale games these days. So if they get a player like Ronaldo, it's a win-win for both clubs. Also, Sporting might be looked to take that bite, although you would have to take a significant pay cut. But I don't see him staying at Manchester United beyond January.
Okay, yes.